Our rabbis, the ancient masters of Judaism, were pragmatists. They had a realistic approach to life. And although they formulated the numerous laws in detail, which govern our lives as Jews, nonetheless they were aware of times when you couldn't stick to the letter of the law. The most obvious being Pikuach Nefesh, where to save a human life you would violate the Shabbat or even Yom Kippur. There was another general area, however, in which the rabbis showed their realism. The area of sakana. Sakana means danger. And when it came to danger, our rabbis of the first 2 centuries of the current era in particular were experts. They know all too well about danger to life. They had experienced the 2 disasters of the destruction of the Second Temple, the collapse of the Bar Kokhba uprising, both of which, as you know, were accompanied by a huge loss of life. Hundreds of thousands of souls perished rather than violate the law, in order to stick to the law and study the Torah. But our rabbis, nonetheless, had a realistic response to this situation, and I want to give you but one example relating to the sensitive area of prayer, where we see 2 of the great masters of Judaism, 2 of the disciples of Yochanan ben Zakkai, Rabbi Eliezer ben Hilkinas, Rabbi Joshua ben Hanania, putting forward their views. Now, you appreciate that the Amidah is a substantial prayer. 19 benedictions, the first 3 praise God, the last 3 thank God, and the intermediary 13, they are our petitions, our bakashot, where we present God on a daily basis with our needs. Oh, what do you do in time of danger? Imagine if you are about to pray and you see a group of Roman soldiers coming against you, swords drawn, ready to hack you to pieces. You're not going to say, okay boys, give me 5 whilst I pray. So what do? Get out of their way, run. But you still have to say a prayer. What prayer? Rabbi Yehoshua suggested the following. Ha'malech b'mkom sakana. Somebody who is in a dangerous situation, mitpalel tefillah katzara, should say a very brief prayer. He simply has to say to God, Hosha Hashem et Amcha et She'erit Yisrael. O Lord, save your people, the remnant of Israel. B'chol parashat ha'ibur, and in every situation of ibur, yiyu tzorchehem lefanecha, let their needs, let their wants come before you. Now I've left one word intentionally untranslated, ibur. What does it mean? The Gemara gives us 2 views. Avar can mean to pass over and hence to transgress. And so we could in effect be saying to God that afilu b'shah shem ovdim al divrei Torah, even at a time when your people are transgressing the words of your Torah, ignoring your laws, yiyu kol tzorchehem lefanecha, nonetheless, let their needs come before you. Alternatively, the word avar can mean to be pregnant. Now, I'm not going to explore the connection between transgression and pregnancy at this moment. In any case, it's probably a separate verb. So what does it mean? Afilu b'shah she'at hamitmale alehem evra ki isha ubara. Even at a time when you are filled with anger, with wrath towards your people, like a pregnant woman is filled with her unborn child. Yiyu kol tzorchehem lefanecha, let all your needs come before their needs come before you. Now both these explanations give a single message. We're asking God for parental compassion. And picture a human situation. A son has betrayed his family. He's brought them into disrepute. And the father tells him, don't darken my doorstep again. Yet after a while, knock on the door. The son is standing there bedraggled. He says, Father, I know I have offended you, but I have nowhere to sleep. I'm hungry. I'm cold. It would take a very hard-hearted parent to slam the door in his face and tell him to go to hell. A normal parent will exercise parental responsibility. He may not forgive him, but he'll give him somewhere to sleep, put food in his mouth, and clothes on his back. And so we say to God, even if you're still angry with us, exercise parental responsibility. You are our Father in heaven. We are your children. Let our needs come before you. Rabbi Eliezer took a different approach. He was an austere man. And he said, you stand before God and you say, Aseh ratzonecha b'shamayim. Do your will in heaven. Exert your divine autocracy among the angels. Let them tremble in your presence. But grant peace of mind to those of us who fear you down here. Peace of mind, freedom from hunger, from want, and from danger. But he adds, do that which is good in your eyes. It's a phrase we can trace back to King David himself. When he was fleeing before his son Absalom, who wanted to kill him, he leaves his beloved city of Jerusalem, and the priests come after him, carrying the Ark of the Covenant. Take it, Your Majesty. It's your trump card. And David says, no. Return it to the city. If I am to look upon it again, I will. If not, Hineni, he says, here am I, Lord, I'm available. Ya'aseh katobene. Let him do to me what is good in his eyes. If he's going to surrender me to death, so be it. Let his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's a phrase you may recognise. It comes from a very Jewish prayer, although Jews don't say it. It is the ultimate declaration of submission to the will of God. Now, strangely enough, neither of these versions, neither the offerings of Rabbi Eliezer or Rabbi Joshua, have been accepted as the authoritative one. This was offered by Rabbi Akiva's pupil, Rabbi Meir. And I find it a little strange. Let me read it to you. You stand before God and you say, Tzorchei Amcha Yisrael Merubim, the needs of your people Israel are manifold, V'da'atam katzara, and their intellect is lacking, it's short. Therefore, Yehi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu, we ask you, O Lord, let it be your will, shetiten l'kol echad ve'echad kedei parnasato, that you should give to each and every individual what is necessary to sustain him. Ulchol v'yad v'yad dei machzoro, and grant everyone what they now lack. Now I find that strange, because you're asking God to show discrimination. You're in effect saying, look, here's a wealthy man, he's become impoverished, give him back his wealth. That's what he lacks. Here's a working man, he can make do with that. How can we ask such a thing of God? But in reality, we are asking God to treat us in the way that he has commanded us to treat each other. You remember tzedakah? What was the key phrase? That you should give back to a poor person De machsoro, whatever he lacked. So he was a wealthy man, and now he lacks his beautiful car and his beautiful home. If the funds are available, we've got to give it back to him. You restore to him his self-esteem. If, however, he was a working man, provide him with his tools, with his working clothes, food to eat, and a bed in which to sleep. De machsoro, that's what he now lacks. And there's a spin-off here. Because in so doing, we're forcing ourselves to consider, what do we need? Yes, we all know what we want. Bigger car, bigger house, bigger bank balance. Oh yeah, we know what we want. And if each one of us were to sit down and write out our own little list, it'd be quite impressive. But there comes a moment when we have to ask ourselves, what do I actually need? And the man who gave the answer to this was Jacob. Fleeing from before Esau, he encounters God, and God promises him everything. And Jacob responds, give me lechem le'echol, food to eat, uveged lebosh, clothes to wear. And why does he say food to eat? What else are you going to do with it? He's in effect saying to God, give me my food, give me my clothes, give me the physical well-being to enjoy both, and that is more than enough for me to acknowledge you as my God. Jacob knew what he needed. And so there comes that moment when we have to ask ourselves, what do I actually need? A roof over the head in my family, to have sufficient to feed them and clothe them, to give them the occasional luxury. That's what I need. So if you now take a closer look at your lives, my dear friends, you may discover that you've virtually got it already. You have everything you need. And so you're entitled to be a little happy. Hence that beautiful maxim which we find in Pirkei Avot, Ezehu Ashir, who is genuinely a rich man, Hasameach B'chelko, he who finds happiness in what he possesses. May the Almighty grant us all happiness and satisfaction.